Yo, it's your boy, back at it like a bass addict. Happy New Year to everybody. Wishing y'all a year full of big fish. Hopefully the same for me. But I've been fishing a lot, but I've been doing a lot of swim bait fishing. And so some of that content y'all are probably gonna have to wait a little bit on, just because, you know, the swim bait game can be, it's not an easy bite, so you don't want to give it up as soon as you figure it out. So I'm kind of gonna ride that for a little bit and then post that content down the line. But just know I've been catching some big fish. I've got some really sick footage that I'm excited to show y'all when the time is right. But for now, we're out here doing a little bit of throwing everything today, not just swim baits. So hopefully this video can go up a little sooner. But yeah, we'll see how the day goes. It's been pretty cold recently, cold nights, so the bite has kind of slowed down a little bit for me. But fish they still got to eat, so hopefully we can figure something out today. We'll throw some finesse, we'll throw some moving baits and see what we can do. Stay tuned. It's kind of a new look for me. Y'all don't usually see me throwing a spinning rod, especially not in my kayak when I'm not fishing tournaments. But I was up at Clear Lake last Friday and smacked them pretty good, shaking a minnow. And so that was a cool technique that I really had a lot of fun with, but I want to learn it. So I don't have live scope, but I still think I should be able to catch some fish doing it. So still not going to be throwing a spinning rod a ton when I'm just fun fishing, but this technique specifically I do want to learn, because obviously it's got a lot of drawing power. And if you pay attention to any tournament circuit, guys are smacking big bags and big fish, shaking a minnow, no matter how stupid it sounds and how dumb it looks. He catches fish. So something I'm gonna put a little time in with, and potentially at some point this year I'm gonna try and get a new kayak, and I may end up adding live scope, so that'll definitely help in learning this technique, but it's not a must. Finally, jeez. On the little minnow. Took long enough. Little guy. Picasso ball head with the Rapala Freeloader. I'm in like 20 feet of water on this little steep, bluffy type bank. It's like freaking 12:30. That was our first bite. So it definitely hasn't been easy. But I've been seeing some fish. They're like close to the bottom, right on the break, in like 19 to 21, 22 feet. They're just chilling down there. Another guy said he was catching some on a drop shot. I didn't bring a drop shot, but that kind of just tells me, yeah, they're pretty much hugging the bottom. That's probably why I'm not getting bites on the deep crank or the A-rig or the jerkbait, because they just don't want to really come up for stuff like that. So, and I didn't bring anything to drag, so I'm just casting out this minnow, letting it sink to the bottom, and then just kind of tracing the bottom, shaking it. And that one hit it, and then he came back for it. So see if we can figure something out after that first bite. Throwing this on 20-pound braid with a 12-pound fluoro leader. And this is just a 7-1 2-power Dobyns spinning rod. You don't want something too whippy for the shaking the minnow, just because you want a little bit of a fast tip to work that bait properly. But then you obviously want it to have a good bend so you can play them on those lighter wire hooks. I don't think I lost any fish up at Clear Lake on this setup, and that was my first time really using this technique. Seems like it does the job pretty well. It's cool when the water's low, you can see all these little cracks and crevices that fish definitely are going to get in when the water's high, and they pull up on these bluffs. Like stuff like that, those fish are just going to tuck in there and wait for trout and shad to swim by and then just dart out and eat them. So it's cool to see stuff like that. I should mark that real quick. I always try to pay attention when lakes are low. Like if you live in California especially, a lot of our lakes get drawn down at some point in the year, so you can just get out there and take note of stuff, little subtle contours and depth changes that fish will hold on. And then when the water comes up, a lot of times that stuff will hold fish. Just put in that extra effort makes a big difference, especially on some of these lakes that are like pretty featureless. Like this lake is it has a lot of different structure, but some of our lakes are real like flat, like bowls, muddy bowls, and they don't have much going on, so the fish will really hold on very slight contour changes, similar to like the north end of Clear Lake. And so if you can find stuff like that, figure stuff out like that, you might be able to find some juice that no one else is really going to know about. Smallie. We don't catch too many of you guys. Smallie on the tactical crank. Small jaw. Pretty guy. Picture you. Bye, bub. Rare sighting. California Smallie. I've caught them out here before, but not many of them. That's cool. Those guys are probably a little more active than the largemouth in this cold water. There's one. Little guy again. Choked it though. I got one. Yeah, no color. That's how you know they're out deep. On the Minnow, pretty much that same spot. Got that other one. Circle back around. I don't know what exactly is out there, but there's definitely something that they're holding on. There's one. Smallie. There we go. On the minnow. Look at that, choked it. They get it in the top of the mouth every freaking time. Another small jaw. Bronze guy. On a freeloader. He thumped it though. I'm sure you guys could see that in my rod tip. I was about to start heading back towards the ramp, but there's this little kind of outcropping. It's kind of a swing in the, I don't know if you'd call it a channel swing, but let me see if I can pull it up on the map. Yeah, it's just these lines are tight, it's kind of straight, and it's just a little bit of a point that comes out. And then I went over it and I saw some marks too. So just thought I'd make a couple casts, and sure enough, a couple more down there. It's number 4. Let's see if we can get our 5th fish of the day. It's been a freaking tough one. So it'd be nice if we could get 5. I think they're all keepers. Small keepers, but keepers nonetheless.